Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, that Technicolor rainbow in between. I'm back. I'm recording. Because I do that occasionally. I don't know why I keep saying this every time. Why is there an F tier? Get the fuck out of my face. Anyway, I'm doing dragon types. Why? Because there's less of them, so I know I can do it. This is all of them. You can see all of them on this one screen. And that's all I have to say. Let's just jump right into it. First off, Mega Charizard X, B tier. You're all so mad at me right now, or you're mad at me. You're all mad at me because you think he should either be an S or in D, right? I think B, because I cannot deny it is cool, right? Did he deserve 2? No. Did he deserve the dragon typing? I reckon so. But I just don't get Charizard, right? This Charizard is cool because they basically overhauled everything except his basic shape. They gave him fire out the mouth, they changed him from orange and cream to black and blue, which is sick. The fire is blue, way better. The wings look better. He doesn't look quite as intensely bare-bellied as regular Charizard. I prefer Charizard Y, and that's just a personal preference. I think that's just what Charizard should have looked like genuinely, though. But Charizard X, it's good, but my bias of not liking Charizard that much does carry over. So I'm putting it in the center just to make everyone angry. Alolan Exeggutor. As a Pokemon design, okay, I'm going to do this based off just like a lot of stuff, but design-wise, I think he's A tier. As a dragon type, okay, as a dragon type, no. Should not be a dragon type. Is it funny that he's a dragon type? Yes. Does it make sense? Maybe. I haven't looked up why he's a dragon type, but all I know is he is. But as just like a regional variant, he's a really good example. You know, take the palm tree and make him taller. Make him look like a coconut tree, because he's from Hawaii now. It makes sense. This is a good design and a good example of regional variants. But as a dragon type, stupid. But I just like him, so A tier. Dratini, cute, very cute, a classic. Is it A or B? It looks a bit too wormy for my taste. Like Dragonair. Dragonair looks like a luscious snake, a lizard. Dratini looks a bit like a worm, but Dratini is cute, and so I will let it get away with it. B tier, just because there's not much going on, but what it has, it does well. Dragonair is fucking S tier. That is a good-ass Pokemon. And people, you know what? People don't talk about this enough. Wartortle is shit on for having the wing hair and the wing tail, but nobody notices how Dratini has kind of wings. Dragonair goes full wings, and Dragonite just grows fucking antenna. It doesn't make sense, but Dragonair looks cool. It's a better blue than Dratini. It's long, sleek, slender body, much better. The blue pearls, they add something. I don't know what they add, but they do. The horn that disappears on Dragonite, good ass shit. I like it. S tier. Also, it's just really majestic, and it's big as hell. Dragonite personally, A tier. I love Dragonite. The Ken Sugimori art of Dragonite is the best art of any Pokemon, I think. Because look at it. This is one of the strongest Pokemon in all of Gen 1. And just in Pokemon in general. And what is he doing? He's looking like a fucking idiot. And he's waving at you. Because in reality, he's a big softie. He's just got the destructive power of 11 nuclear bombs. But he's giving you a little wave with his tiny nub fingers. I love him. I think he'd be an S tier if he was just even remotely related to these two, apart from being a dragon type. Mega Ampharos, dumb. Shouldn't be a dragon type. The hair is dumb. The tail is dumb. Ampharos deserved an evolution, but this is actually worse than what it should. If it was this or nothing, I would rather have had nothing. And it's stupid. Kingdra is good. However, Kingdra is a piece of shit to fight against, especially if you're playing Heart Gold Soul Silver or fucking Emerald, you fight a Kingdra, you wish for death. Because it's only weak to, I believe it's only weak to Dragon. Well, a Fairy now, but back in the day it was only weak to Dragon, and Dragon-type moves and Dragon-type Pokemon were not available. AKA, it was just these two. And then in Gen 3, I mean, Gen 3 added a lot, but there was still no really good method of killing a Kingdra. So he's really cool. Seadra absolutely needed something, and this was a good thing they did. However, it is absolute horseshit to fight against, and so I hate it. So it's going in B tier to balance it out. Mega Sceptile. C tier. Did it deserve something? Yes, because the other two got something. Did it deserve to be a Dragon type? Not particularly. Does it? Is it even a good Pokemon in battle? Not really. But the Christmas tree is funny, and I do like what they did with like the little chip taken out of the head, like with Bayleaf. The chip always works on grass types, and I like that it fires its tail off. Very cool. Vibrava. Vibrava's good Pokemon, you know. The dragon typing makes sense if you consider the whole Dragonfly, Flygon thing. Dragon type makes sense. It looks cool. It looks like a middle stage, and it's just an alright Pokemon. Nothing to hate about it, really, but nothing that sets it apart, except for this really nice green on the eyes and wings. I really like that green. Flygon. S tier. I know that some people don't understand the love for Flygon, but I love Flygon. Flygon was on my first Shield team. It was on one of my first Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald teams. It's just a cool Pokemon. Dragon Ground is a good typing, as, you know, known by this dude down here. But Dragon Ground's good. And it's a strong Pokemon. Good moves. I mean, any Pokemon that can learn Earthquake is a good Pokemon in my eyes. So yeah. Flygon gets S tier just because, personally, I really like it. And its design's cool. The goggles, so it can be in sandstorms and shit. Very cool. Mega Altaria. It's not great, I'll be honest. It was already a dragon type, which doesn't make that much sense to me, but whatever, I'll let it go. But just adding hair onto a Pokemon doesn't make it a better Pokemon. But Mega Altaria at least just commits to the idea of having more hair, because it had the fluffy wings, so they gave it fluff everywhere. As opposed to Mega Ampharos, who had no hair, they just gave it to it. It put a wig on. At least with Altaria, it works. But I don't love it, you don't see much of it, and it's, as far as I'm concerned, design-wise, it's a downgrade on regular Altaria, which is A tier. It's a cute Pokemon, it's a strong Pokemon. Wynona's Altaria does make me want to die, though, but unlike Kingdra, it doesn't make me want to die every time. But Altaria's cute. I like the colour scheme, very simple design, but it still has enough going on to give your eyes something to look at. And also the image of wet Altaria. Do not search that up, though. Specify that it is an Altaria who is physically covered in water and stuff. Don't just search that, or you Google, you will get sent to jail. But the image of Altaria with wet wings, like it's soaked, amazing. It probably puts it in A tier alone. Bagon. The first dinosaur of the dragon types, because he is just a dinosaur, and he is not a dragon. C tier. This sounds weird, because I love Bagon, but it's not a good design, realistically. I mean, it's got the stupid bottom tooth that only works for werewolves. Its head, skull, it looks like a weird dreadlock situation. And its tiny arms, that's a bit too tiny, I think. I think they over-exaggerated this a bit, and I think he deserved better, and his shiny's alright, but it doesn't bump him up any. Shelgon. It's basically like if Metapod was given hella steroids and was Dragon-type. Can't hate it, but there's not much to love about it. It's quite satisfying, like as a shape, its legs being proportioned like that. It's quite satisfying, but other than that, not really much to go on. Mega Salamence. Again, I don't know why the Mega Dragon types all seem to be quite so ass. But Mega Salamence is alright, I suppose. I think its Dex entries probably put it in B tier alone. But the fact that it does, I know it's meant to look like a crescent moon, sort of. You know, that's the whole point of it. and it's like meant to be like soaked in blood, and that's why it's all red and shit. But it does just look like a thing with no arms attached to a giant croissant getting flung through the air. Not really that good compared to regular Salamence, which is a good Pokemon. It's got simple design, but it's, again, still got enough going on to show that it is worth looking at. And I think while it doesn't look quite as pseudo-legendary as most of the pseudo-legends, it still fits the category. I mean, the wings are cool, the shape of it, I mean, just because it looks like the Bio-Lizard from Sonic Adventure 2 doesn't mean that it doesn't deserve to be this high up. But I do quite like it, and it's from my favourite gen, so he gets a pass. Mega... I always forget the Lati's way around. This is Latias, this is Latios, and if it's wrong, sue me. We're going to do it like this. Latias, B tier. Cool Pokemon. I don't have really that much attachment to it, though, because I never really looked for them. And Latios, A tier. Better Pokemon. Sleeker, more dangerous looking. Clearly the more experienced one of the two. Has made me feel feelings because of movies. Love Latios. Mega Latias. B tier. It's alright looking, but there's not much going for it. Mega Latios. Also B tier. It would be higher, but yeah, I know they're like partner Pokemon, like they're twins, they're a duo, they always go together. You don't have to take it this far. There's a certain someone later on that's going to take it a bit further, but this is still a bit too much. The only difference, if you didn't know this, is the eye color. Their eye colors stay the same as the one they Mega Evolve from. Other than that, there's not really much I like about them. Purple's a good color, though. We're going to do Rayquaza first. Rayquaza is S tier. I mean, it's cool, it's strong, it's badass, it's the leader of the greatest trio in all of Pokemon. You know, it's part of the greatest game of all of Pokemon as well. Emerald, I gotta say. Emerald is the greatest Pokemon game because it gets it all down to the bare minimum, but also it really pushes the boat. This guy's cool, he's strong as fuck, and he's awesome to use. And a level 70 before the Elite Four, insane and unnecessary. Mega Rayquaza, it would be a level above S tier if that did exist. It got banned from Ubers in Smogon. So many people know this, but I have to reiterate it. This dude was so strong, they banned him from the category with banned Pokemon in it, pretty much. Every strong Pokemon you know was in Ubers, and so was Mega Rayquaza, and they kicked him out because he was too damn strong. That is how you make a busted Pokemon. And the design. The glowing orange, the black instead of the green. Well, the green's still there. The jaw having this fucking railgun design on it. He looks like Vikavolt got all the drugs on him. But yeah, I love Mega Rayquaza. He's a lovely, lovely man. And he's helped me a lot. Gible, adorable little shark boy. No thoughts behind the brain. Can't hate it. He's a classic. Gabite is a decent middle evolution. Doesn't look quite as cute as Gible, and definitely isn't as awesome as Garchomp. But he's still a classic, you know. The little radars on the side. The colour, I think, might be what does it. I think this colour, he should have either kept sort of this way or fully committed to the Garchomp. But other than that, there's nothing really to hate about him. He's quite good. Mega Garchomp. A tier. I'm going to give him A tier. It's the first Mega in A... Well, okay, Mega Rayquaza is an S tier, but he's the first Mega in A tier. His Pokedex entries say that, you know these parts here, the little claws, and the wings here? Basically, they melted together into the scythes that are now his arms. And that's why he has scythes instead of wings. Because they melted. That's badass. Also, he looks like he has a fucking... It looks like his chest exploded teeth out of it. So yeah, he's a badass land shark. He looks like a real kaiju. He looks like Knifehead. So yeah, gotta love that. Regular Garchomp, A tier. I know that's going to annoy some people, but Garchomp is A tier. I know that some people want S tier, and I quite like Garchomp. I mean, I had an Alpha one on one of my Pokemon Legends Arceus playthroughs, and he was awesome, and he was so busted. But I just don't feel S tier quality from him. There's something about him. I think the yellow and red, I think there were better colours to choose. And the spikes, they seem a bit off. And the claws, his arms seem really thin. Just saying. Origin form, Dialga. Actually pretty good. It's not awful. It's a reasonable form of Dialga. It does look more like it came from a different place. Like, Dialga looks like it was changed to fit what the human mind can comprehend, and this looks like some sort of primordial creature. It makes sense. It's cool. It's of Dialga, who I very much like. It's going in B tier because it was a good choice, but obviously, it can't replace the original Dialga. A tier for Dialga because look at that man. Steel Dragon type. One of the coolest typings. He controls time, which I'm going to say is way cooler than controlling space, antimatter, or literally anything else. Controlling time is badass. His head, bit long, but we let him have it. Roar of Time. That's the coolest sounding move in all of Pokemon. And I just, I like my steel types. Which is weird because I haven't done a video on steel types yet. Palkia. Origin form Palkia. This is the most garbage of garbage designs ever. How did they do this? How did they go, okay, Palkia, it's a space dinosaur thing with a long neck, and they went, I know, horse with no arms and no neck, and, let's make it ugly. D tier, it sucks. I don't know why they did it. Dialga smokes Palkia. In both ways. C tier for Palkia. I hate his stupid neck. It's so dumb and stupid. He looks like a penis. He looks like an erect cock with veins on him. I don't like it. Bad Palkia. C tier for you. Origin form Giratina. S tier. Origin form, he's just a little worm, but he's a scary worm. His wings look better than they do on regular Giratina. The fact that his mouth has just been sealed off by his crest or whatever, awesome. These ribbed, I don't want to say ribbed, the rib sort of bone things that are here. The spikes instead of arms and legs, they work. The red striping works better on this one. Point is, Origin form Giratina is badass. Regular Giratina, also badass, but to a lesser extent. It quite looks like the Bio Lizard from Sonic Adventure 2, but the wings don't work as well, and the mouth is a bit off-putting, and the 6 legs and the long tail, he just looks a bit dumpy for a strong Pokemon, but he's still badass. Just, compared to Origin form, he's not the greatest. Compared to a lot of these, he's sick. Axew. Let me ask you a question. Why has he got a cloth around his neck? Also, why is he so tiny and ugly? Fracture. Fracture is actually really cool. The mouth blades, very cool. The black on red and the dark green and the dark grey, sick design. The claws on the feet, realistic. I like it. The only downside is that his fingers look like fucking the end of a plumbus. Haxorus. Haxorus is cool. I've not got any attachment to it, but I'll give it A tier just because if I don't, I'm going to get flamed. But also just because it is really cool. It is really cool. It's a dragon with an axe coming out of its face. I can't really hate that. And it does continue on fractures like claws, its tiny fingers, and obviously the axe mouth. And the yellow was a good choice. Its shiny is better though. Druddigon. Slept on, but it does look like it's made of Duplo. It's got to go there for a second. Just because it is cool. And I'm not saying that the red and blue is bad. I'm saying that the fact that it's instant, there is no shift in tone or hue. It just immediately goes red, blue. That's what's off-putting me. Other than that, sick dragon. Dino. B tier. Because I can never get over the image of shiny Dino looking like Kermit from Muppets Most Wanted. That's good stuff. Zwilus. Or Zwilus, if we're talking real. Cool. I've just got a thing for two-headed Pokemon. In fact, A tier. I've got a thing for Pokemon with multiple heads. No reason in particular. I just do. And he's one of them. Hydreigon. This is personal bias. Compared to Garchomp, Hydreigon is not a better design, but I like Greek mythology, so the Hydra is there. Dark type, that's there. It's got 3 heads, and we already just explained that was Vilus. I like Hydreigon, I don't know what to say. His wings are a bit stupid, and his legs not existing, and the fact that his hands are actually mouth, bit weird, but other than that, he's pretty cool. And also he boasts the highest evolving level of all Pokemon. I think he still has that. It's like level 64 or something. What the fuck? You have to beat the game before you can get him. Reshiram. It's got my favourite cry in all of Pokemon. It goes Ka or something, I believe. But I didn't used to like it so much. For one reason only. Its wings. Why is it like it's T-posing? We can't get over this. It's literally T-posing. But then I remembered they put a flaming engine in its ass, and then, you know, I liked it again all of a sudden. However, Zekrom is superior in all ways. I mean, black is better than white. Red is better than blue for eye color exclusively. Red itself is a garbage color, but when compared to other colors in certain parts, it's better. But Zekrom's just better than Reshiram. Electric's better than fire. You know, there's a lot going on here. I would take Zekrom shiny over Reshiram's, weirdly, even though it looks like it changes less, but, you know. However, Kyurem White is better than Reshiram, and I think it's better than Zekrom. It's just the mixture. You know, the hair looking like it's been tied into a ponytail, the tail itself with the engine in it still, the jaw, the fact that it looks messed up, I like that. However, Black Kyurem is cool. They made better use of Kyurem's body by adding features that you can see. Like, there are so many features on Zekrom that you can't see because it's just all black and grey. But Reshiram has distinct features that even though it's white, it has black outlines so you can see it. Do you see what I'm saying? So Kyurem made use of Zekrom's features. You know, the little thing here that clutches onto the tail that makes it look more engine-y, very cool. I think the hunched over pose doesn't work as well though, so that's why it's got to go A tier. Kyurem itself, it's alright. Nothing crazy about it. I don't particularly love it. I don't particularly hate it. And that's the end of Gen 5, and we will leave that there. What do you think of the list so far? If you disagree, shut up. If you don't, good. You are right. This video's gone on longer than I intended it to, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. I hope you enjoyed watching. I certainly enjoyed doing it, and I know I'm going to enjoy doing the next one in about 10 seconds. So yeah, thanks for watching. Love you all dearly. Bye-bye.